Welcome to Studio Sound Doctrine, and I am your host, Mike Auen, coming to you from my home recording studio and giving you around 600 seconds of biblically sound doctrine. Well, today is episode 15 of Series 2, and in this series we are talking about the saving gospel. And today's question is this: how far can we deviate from the gospel and still be saved? Great question. Today I will introduce you to perhaps a new word in your vocabulary, and that word is syncretism. According to Webster, syncretism is the combination of different forms of belief or practice. In the church, syncretism can come in many different forms. But for now, I will just focus on how syncretism applies to the gospel. As Bible-believing Christians, we must conclude this: the gospel of grace will not share its saving power with other belief systems. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, here are three examples of gospel syncretism. Example number one: a native on some remote island gets saved through the work of a missionary. But that native wants to continue his practice of voodoo and witchcraft. Example number two: a Catholic gets saved through the work of a preacher. But that Catholic wants to continue to pray to Mary and to the saints for help and for guidance. Example number three: a Muslim gets saved through the work of a co-worker. But that Muslim wants to continue to pray to Allah because she believes He is the God of Abraham and still the only true God. Those are three examples of syncretism. All three of these people are combining different forms of belief and practices. Are these three people really saved? Again, it's a great question. How far can we deviate from the gospel of grace and still be saved? So let me ask these questions. Can a person have Jesus and also have his pagan spirits? Another question: can a person have Jesus and also pray to a dead woman for guidance and direction for one's life's concerns? Or this question: can a person have Jesus and still believe Muhammad's Allah and Jesus' Father are one and the same person? In episode 8 of this series, we concluded that the gospel proclaims the exclusiveness of Jesus Christ as the only way of salvation. So I ask, do these examples have multiple gods and multiple saviors? My friends, the gospel comes in only one flavor. And that flavor is a cross between you and God. And that cross is the one that Jesus Christ was crucified on. The road to salvation is not what anyone wants it to be. Let's look at what Jesus said about syncretism. And no, he didn't use that word, but he spoke about syncretism with a parable he spoke in Matthew chapter 9, verse 17. And Jesus says this: neither is new wine put into old wineskins. If it is, the skins burst, and the wine is spilled, and the skins are destroyed. But the new wine is put into fresh wineskins, and so both are preserved. what is Jesus telling us about these old and new wineskins? Answer. Jesus brings a new covenant. Jesus is the new wine, and the Jewish religious system of that time would be the old wineskins. Jesus says you cannot put new wine into old wineskins. The old wineskins must go. The old wineskins that contain the Mosaic law and circumcision must go. New wine means a new covenant, and that would not be easy for many other Jews to accept. After all, the law had been around for over 1400 years. So we can see from this parable that Jesus talks about syncretism. You cannot accept the new, which is Christianity, and hold on to the old, which is Judaism. You cannot combine different forms of practice or belief. You cannot have Christ and voodoo and witchcraft. You cannot have Christ and idolatry practices of praying to Mary and the saints. You cannot have Christ and Allah. Which one do you really want? Make a choice.
You must choose. But choose wisely.
Syncretism, combining different forms of practice or belief. And there's no place for syncretism with the gospel. Well, that's all for today. Come back again next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And remember, my friends, the truth isn't always easy, but it does matter, and it will set you free. Well, this is Mike Auen, and I will see you next time in our next exciting and informative episode of Studio Sound Doctrine.